Hey, it's Russ from the Neon Bros, where we help you teach financial literacy to your clients so that they see the benefit of buying more houses. Um, Today, I'm going to tell a story. I'm not going to talk with a script at all. I'm just going to tell you something about the worst, the worst real estate advice I ever got. And at the beginning of it, when I first received it, I actually thought it was one of the better pieces of advice I got. And I'm going to tell you why it changed in a minute. But if that sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe to our channel. So let me set the stage for you. This was probably around 2010. My brother and I had begun investing probably around the year 2000. So we were not rookies at this point. We had been investing for about 10 years. But what was different about this particular type of investment is that it was remote. It wasn't in the same state where either one of us live, and we've never owned properties where we couldn't stop by and see them and see what condition they're in or talk to the manager or whatever. So this is the first time that we were actually, I think this was actually the first time we were relying on a manager, first of all. But it was one that we couldn't visit regularly either. So we were kind of nervous about this. The company that we had found was somebody that I had found through, I worked as a financial planner, and a client mentioned that his son-in-law used somebody who did remote landlording. And he actually described it as they invest near military bases. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I pestered that client to introduce me to his son-in-law. And finally, he gave me his son-in-law's number and we connected. And the person who sponsored these types of investments was a man out in California. Very smart guy. He was an engineer, graduated, I think, at the top of his class. And the fact that he was an engineer is actually important to this story because the bad advice he gave me, which I thought was good advice at the time, was actually this. And again, I was very nervous. I didn't know if we were going to do this. I'd never invested in a property out of state before. And he said, well, it doesn't really matter how the first one goes. He says, if you're going to be investing for the long haul, then it doesn't really matter whether the first one goes well. If it goes poorly, it's not going to affect the second one or the third one or the fourth one. He's right about that. That's true. The problem with that, though, is as an engineer, he's thinking about it mathematically. The law of averages, yes, it does apply. And yes, the first one doesn't affect the second or the third one. The problem with that, though, is that for a lot of people, with money, you're emotional. And if you don't have a good experience on the first one, there's not going to be a second one or a third one. So the big takeaway here is that for the real estate agents out there, while the math is true, you are going to have, them average out if they are really seriously committed to buying multiple properties over the duration of their lives. If you get somebody who's very serious about doing it and very committed to doing it, his advice is correct. But people tend to people tend to be emotional with their money. And if it's somebody who is, it would take a very special person who's very serious and very, very much has a lot of confidence that the fact that the second one will be better than the first in order to do it again. If the first one doesn't work out well, a lot of people have the feeling of, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And so they don't want to be fooled twice. So that's a big obstacle that you would have to overcome. So the main takeaway there is really don't ever assume that you're going to have a second chance to do another deal with a person. So if you have somebody it's their first deal, make sure you're the one who spends the time with them, even if it's at the expense of a person who has been a very committed client of yours who's on his 20th deal. Because if you kind of level with that person and say, hey, I know it's your 20th deal, but I've got a person who I'm brand new to. She's as nervous as you were when you first started. I really need to be with her at the closing. I can't be with you. Would you please understand that? I think most people would understand that, and they would allow you, the good grace of being absent at their closing because you're helping somebody else get through the an obstacle that they've already been through. And when they think about it, if you present it to them like, hey, look at all the wonderful things that have happened for you as a result of these 20 deals, let somebody else have that too, I think they would understand. A lot of the clients end up being kind of a reflection of yourself. So if you're, if you're nice to them and if you're patient with them, they'll be patient back with you. So that's really the big takeaway. I mean, if you are trusting that you're going to have an opportunity for a second deal if the first one doesn't go well, I don't think that's something that you can assume is going to be true. If you're somebody who's having trouble getting these first deals off the ground too, you might be interested in taking advantage of the service that my brother and I have put out called Opportunities Everywhere. And we can cut to a commercial now where you can actually see my avatar, who is more lifelike than I usually am in most of my videos. So take a look at this and we'll come back.
Stop chasing cold leads. Start attracting repeat investors. Your real estate business thrives on one thing: close deals. But to close more deals, you need more leads. And the best leads are repeat clients who already trust you. Here's the problem. Most agents spend their time hunting for new buyers instead of showing their existing clients how to build wealth through real estate. That's where your opportunity lies. The solution: we've built a passive plug-and-play system called Opportunities Everywhere that teaches your current clients, friends, and contacts how and why they should invest in real estate with you. Here's how it works. Upload our professionally written email series into your favorite CRM, HubSpot, MailChimp, or Constant Contact. The emails introduce real estate investing and invite your contacts to short, engaging videos that explain the process for you. Interested clients reach out to you, already educated and ready to buy. It's that simple. Your marketing runs 24/7 while you focus on closing deals and spending time with the people who matter most. Why it works. Investors buy again and again. When you help clients build wealth through real estate, they keep coming back, and they tell their friends. You're not selling houses. You're helping people create financial freedom, fund retirements, and pay for college, all through smart real estate investing. The transformation. Imagine waking up to messages from warm leads who already want to invest with you. Imagine becoming the trusted expert who helps clients grow their wealth without endless cold calls, networking events, or costly mailings. Imagine doing all this passively for a small monthly fee. You deserve to grow your business without burning out. Let our automated system make it easier to attract investors, close deals, and change lives, including your own. Take action. Don't let another month slip by working harder than you have to. Watch our short video now, sign up for the program, and start turning your existing network into repeat investors who buy again and again.
So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, I hope you'll like and subscribe to our channel. So what do you think of the advice that I got? Do you think that if somebody had not such a great experience the first time that they'll come in for a second bite at the apple? If you do, I think you've got a lot more faith in mankind than I do, because I don't think that they'll come back a second time. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And that's it for today. So until next time, I'm Russ from the Neon Bros, wishing you and your clients real success in real estate.